They have a special.
There he is. Look at that handsome guy. That's comedian Greg Warren.
Hi, Greg.
Wearing a nice bright red shirt today. Hi, Greg.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
All right.
Good.
Greg, did you get a little sunburn, or is that just the color of your shirt reflecting on your...
Very
I think it might be my shirt. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe I shaved too hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, you look good, man.
Now, speaking of shaving, we were asking this question. Chick McGee has declared that the beard is here to stay.
Beard's not going anywhere, Greg. You need to grow a beard, buddy.
And I was just saying, I don't know if anybody's ever won the Masters except recently with a beard. And the only one I could find was Craig Stadler with a famous mustache many years ago.
I think Abe Lincoln won it one year, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
He had the beard without a mustache. That's a weird look.
Yeah.
But,
A lot of people don't pull that off.
No.
Did Wolfman Jack ever play in the Masters?
Yes. 73.
Yes. Good.
I met Wolfman Jack, by the way.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm not kidding. Were you with me at that?
No.
It was in a buffet line. I met him twice, actually. It was in a buffet line, and he was a rotund gent.
The Wolfman.
He was very, very large, wearing all black, and he had a cape on. And he had that hat that he wore. And he was, after he ate, he was chain-smoking filterless cigarettes. So,
did he have the voice?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got him saying, I also got him, I recorded him saying hello to us.
Yeah. It was
Hello there.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Wasn't that something, Greg? Want to hear it again?
Something.
Yeah.
Hello there.
It's Wolfman Jack. Hello there.
Real loud.
Yeah.
That's almost terrifying.
Hello there.
Now, I noticed you're back in a hotel room. I know you've got some problems with your house.
Yeah. We're getting meeting with the contractor today, though. We're going to make some moves.
All right.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about selling and moving? Ever thought about that?
I don't know. I like where I'm at, Chick. I like the location.
I feel for you, man. You doing okay with this weird transition?
Oh, yeah. The thing is, I just don't know what I like as far as I moved in about 20 years ago, and I went on the road, and I've been home about 6 times since then. So,
Yeah.
You know, like, they're the guys wants to know what I want for cabinets and flooring and countertops, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess the good stuff. You know?
I would imagine that's a dangerous thing to say to a contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if I just said, hey, what if I give you a number? That's probably a bad idea, huh?
Oh, like a budget? And
Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
So what is it? Was it all water damage?
Yeah, it was all water damage. Yeah.
Man.
Wow. Well, good luck.
You know, there's no
thanks,
better
man.
friend you could have, Greg, than something like this happens to you, and you know you're a little disgruntled about it, and you're down, but deep down you realize, hey, if I had been a little bit more aware, possibly this was my fault. There's no better friend you can have or share your thoughts with than Tom Griswold.
No, Chick, are you saying you think maybe I screwed this up?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Tom could illuminate that area.
I don't even know what happened. I just thought you had some water damage, and
It was completely my fault. It was all my fault. It was stupid. I've asked myself this question a couple of times.
Just leave the bathtub on and then leave town, or?
No, I just the toilet was running, and I knew it. And usually I just use the plunger, and it stops running. But I was doing this report, so I blame you, Tom. That morning, I was like, I'll just do it when I get out of the shower, and I went down to the report, and I did. Then I left for about 5 hours and came back, and it was raining. Yeah,
It is kind of our fault. To where I think Tom might be somewhat financially responsible.
I'll tell you what, I will buy you a new plunger.
Okay, thanks, man. Thanks.
I tell you what, I'll buy you a new toilet. You need a toilet. How about that?
I'm gonna get new toilets, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on. What is the topic of today's discussion, Greg?
It's an exciting topic today. We're going to talk about Amtrak.
Oh,
Amtrak. Now that's a train, is that right?
Yeah, it's the train, the passenger train. Before we get started, I was just Googling some Amtrak fares just to see what it costs and whether I would take a trip or not. And there was a little pop-up ad that came, and it was an ad for the world's greatest hiking stick.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I think it was the internet's way of saying, hey, you obviously prefer outdated modes of transportation. and going slow. Have you thought about a walking stick?
Aren't you supposed to make your own? Isn't that part of the whole experience?
Making a walking stick?
Yeah, this one was a little bit more, I think it was a weapon. It's like a tactical survival walking stick. It had knives and stuff in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they were like bragging, like, they don't want you to carry this one.
Okay. They claim it's illegal.
Yeah.
This one you have to sneak through TSA because it's got a big sword in it.
Yeah, you can sneak through TSA or beat them over the head with it. In 1916, if you were going city to city, guys, you were on a train. 98% of the trips, city to city, were on trains. As the 20th century progressed, that changed with the advent of the car, the bus, and the airplane. Things got trains, passenger trains, freight trains still going strong, but passenger trains really declined during the Great Depression. They lost money for the first time. And then they had a little bit of a boom in World War II because they were transporting all the troops, and there was gas rationing too. But after the war, things started going south. It was pretty rough time for trains, passenger trains, once again, in the 50s and the 60s, for a few reasons. Car culture, also some antiquated union rules. Like, it was the unions, the railroad union was like, hey, if you travel 100 to 150 miles, that's a full workday. Well, that was based on slow trains. The trains got a lot faster. That took 2 hours. So these guys were clocking in for 2 hours and like, yeah, I'm done. Which affects your bottom line. Also, the postal system used to be passenger trains' biggest customer. Passenger trains would put mail on the back of them, and they switched to airplanes. So that was a huge hit. Imagine this, like, Josh, if you all of a sudden said, I'm done with Red Lobster.
Yeah.
They would take a hit.
They'll feel it. Yeah.
They're going to feel it.
Yeah, I'm going to get called, yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's my uncle. I grew up in St. Louis, and Anheuser-Busch Brewery is here, and my uncle would every Christmas would say, I quit drinking, but the brewery called me and said they couldn't make it unless I got back to it.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Augie Bush himself called me, said, you got to get back on the sauce.
We need you, pal.
Yeah. So in 1967, Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad, that was a big one for passenger trains. They got rid of 33 of their 39 trains.
Ooh.
So you can see where things were going. And Congress stepped in 1970 and formed the National Railroad Passenger Corporation, which became Amtrak. Original name, Railpax.
Railpax.
Railpax. Sounds like a disease or something.
It does.
Yeah. And Amtrak is managed as a for-profit company with state and federal subsidies, but it does not profit. If my dad hears this report, he will undoubtedly compare that to the first 5 years of my comedy career.
Always brings
He's making
that
a
up.
lot of money at Procter & Gamble. He's making a bunch of money, and then he quit to do this, and he loses money. I mean, he takes gigs for $500, and it costs him $600 to get there. I'll tell you another thing. He's not funny.
Thanks, Pop.
Yeah. In the 1970s, Amtrak ordered 492 cars with the distinctive tubular bodies and stainless steel fluting. Flute your flute, Greg. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
The unique rounded appearance, according to the company, was intended to try to emulate the design of an aircraft to attract would-be flyers to ride trains instead.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I was...
Guys, it's not that they don't look like trains. It's because it takes 56 hours instead of 2. This is interesting to me. So Amtrak, it's required to operate a national rail line. It has to go across the whole country. That's why it's not profitable. If they just ran in the Northeast, they probably would make a bunch of money. They own those tracks up there on the Northeast corridor from like Boston down to Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever ridden one of those trains?
I have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All the time. Yeah.
They're awesome, aren't they,
Yeah.
Christy?
Yeah, they're great.
Yes.
Yep.
It's,
They
I mean,
have it down.
there's no better way to travel in the Northeast than on an Amtrak train,
That's true.
especially in a Acela train. They go about 100 miles an hour. It's there's lounges and even like the train stations are nice. But they own those tracks. They don't own the rest of the tracks across the country. Those are owned by freight train lines. But the freight rail operators are required under federal law to give dispatching preference to the Amtrak trains.
Oh no!
Oh.
Yeah, but they don't.
It's sort of like when a police officer and an FBI guy have to work the same case.
Yes. Yeah. Josh, I've noticed in some of these cop shows there's tension in that relationship.
Yeah, they often argue over who.
All I know is they got 24 hours to solve the case. It's your gun and your badge.
This is my collar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So Amtrak began issuing report cards grading each host railroad on how they cooperated with Amtrak.
Okay.
In 2020, Canadian Pacific and Canadian National got an A.
Oh.
BNSF and CSX a B.
Now, did
Union
Canada
Pacific.
get an A as an EH or?
Oh yeah, it was an EH.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It was an A. Union Pacific a C plus, and Norfolk Southern a D minus.
Whoa.
Yeah. I have a feeling those boys down at Norfolk Southern were not all that concerned about that D minus.
It doesn't sound like.
Oh, will you look at this? We got a D minus from Amtrak on our report card. What am I going to tell my dad? The Texas Eagle route, that's the longest route, goes from Chicago to L.A.
How long does that take, Greg?
A better journalist would have been able to
Oh, I'm sorry.
get that information.
To me, that sounds like a cool trip.
Yeah, a friend of mine just took that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who's a...
They got off in ski country, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was incredibly cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you can also go. You can get off in meth country too.
Oh, really?
Good point.
Yeah.
That's an old Dan Chopin joke. He would say, because St. Louis has a little bit of a wine country. He's like, how do you get to wine country? You go to meth country and make a left.
Now, I think you could make the argument that there are better songs about railroads than there are about airplanes.
Oh,
Yeah.
and there are some good ones about planes, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
City of New Orleans.
Sure.
Steve Goodman.
Oh, yeah. That's my mom played that song all the time.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
great
good one.
song.
Got the word Kankakee in it. Yeah. There are a handful of good plane songs, but I think train songs win. I think, don't they?
I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, Boxcar Willie alone probably had several.
Oh, his
I would
catalog
imagine.
is
You never saw
loaded, yeah.
Boxcar Willie, the airplane album.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
When you're on that Texas Eagle
Where
route,
has Amelia Earhart gone?
Yeah, John Fogerty had
Long
that.
time crashing.
I think John Fogerty had the best airplane song.
What was that?
Put Me in Coach.
Oh,
Yeah. He didn't want to ride first class.
no.
He wanted to sit back. He wanted to sit back there with the everyman. You know what I mean?
Josh, I think that might have been a baseball song.
Oh, really?
What, have you ever heard it? You
It's all
goofball.
metaphors. It's all
Put me in
airplanes.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to play.
I'm a man of the
You know,
people.
He wants to. He wants to play around with the flight attendants there, and
That is a fine joke.
thank you.
The Acela, I mentioned Acela. Those are the sort of fast trains in the Northeast. And I just rode one from New York City to D.C. a couple weeks ago. It's awesome. It's nice. It's comfortable. The Acela stands for Acceleration and Excellence. They've been running since early 2000s. They were kind of supposed to be done, though. They were supposed to be done by 2016. They should have been decommissioned, but we don't quite have the money to make the new ones. So we're spending like $48 million a year on maintenance for Acelas. Yeah, they're going to be called outdatas pretty soon. And if they let them run too much long, unsafas. Definitely money pittas.
I see.
But the new trains, the Avelia Liberty trains, they're going to go 150.
Whoa. 150
miles an hour. They have had some difficulty passing computer modeling tests. They did finally pass this year on January 13th. They passed on the 14th try.
Okay.
Yeah. I think even that if you at first don't succeed guy would have been like, yeah, at 14, quit.
Yeah.
Maybe back to airplanes. This isn't working.
Yeah. You guys know who is a big train traveler?
Who?
Henry Phillips. Loves it.
Oh,
Really?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry and his wife like take vacations, and they get a sleeper car, and they say it's awesome.
He calls himself John Henry Phillips. He's such a train fan.
Another good one
John
that got
Henry
nothing.
worked on the railroad, right?
Steam driving man. Right?
Yeah, didn't he finally get beaten out by a machine?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, sorry to bring that up.
Machine killed him. That's what I remember.
I think you're right, Chick.
AI takes another job.
Yeah,
it's
there it
terrible.
is.
Well, isn't President Biden a train guy, or was for a long time?
He would commute back to Delaware. Right?
Yeah, he would go up and down on the train.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the way you do it, though, out there.
Yeah, sure.
There's a thing called the auto train. It goes from Lorton, Virginia, down to Sanford, Florida. If you want to bring your car, your jet ski, or your small boat, you can take it
No kidding.
on the train with you. Yeah.
What?
You would think that's a little bit of a super serving. That wouldn't be a lot of call for that sort of thing, but apparently there is.
Wow.
I
A
was
lot of people up in Lorton have watercraft, Chick.
Yeah, I guess.
And a lot of caskets coming back up.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there was some sort of freight train crash at one point on that line in 2023. If you were on the auto train, you experienced a 29-hour delay.
Whoa. All right. At what point do you just not get up and walk off it?
Well, if you Google, there's a video of the conductor coming over the loudspeaker saying, "For those of you calling the police, we are not holding you hostage."
Holy cow. Yeah. Man.
Wow. Well, we got to wrap it up, Greg.
In summation,
In conclusion,
it's a very fun way to travel.
And do you still live by one of the main Amtrak hubs in St. Louis?
Yeah, I could walk there.
Yeah,
I mean, I did when I had a place.
Yeah.
yeah. Send me the address. I'll get that plunger in the mail for you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
You're welcome. You working this week, Greg?
Yeah, we're in Columbia, Missouri, where I went to school, my alma mater. I'm doing a show Friday night at the
All
Blue
right.
Note.
Wow.
All right.
Pretty
Very
cool.
good.
We miss you, Greg. Hope to see you real
Yeah.
soon, man.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys, man.
Love you, buddy.
I got a nice dry place you can stay.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that.
It's a hotel.
I told you. Look out for it.
Actually, Greg, you can stay at my house anytime. You like dogs?
I love dogs.
Oh, good. Then come on over. You can walk them for me.
Allergic to cats, but I love
No
dogs.
cats are allowed. Okay, thank you very much.
Bye, Greg.
Comedian Greg Warren. Be sure to watch Greg's specials on TV.